In 2013, 5 youths, mostly from the rural parts of South Africa, teamed up and joined to make a group called Redwood. 21-year-old Maxwell Ndalani, 23-year-old Thabo Nkolosi, 21-year-old Maduno Lebatwa, 23-year-old Tumelo Maila, and 19-year-old Reapetse Ramaname. A year later, they've had 5 original songs, several more in the pipeline, a prospect of a new album, individual signings, as well as making music their main source in career earner. We sit down with the group Redwood in a local place where they usually do their gigs called Mania, also known as Xperia, to hear the story and understand the opportunities that lie for South Africans in a new democracy and how entertainment can be a way of life. We're here today with the Redwoods band. These guys are generally young cats. That's how they usually want to call themselves. But the young guys were in the music industry. They're a sort of a band, or even sometimes I think individual acts. We just want to go around and talk to them about how music can be taken as a career and the challenges that they've had in the career. First of all, we're at Xperia, great place that everybody hangs out. It's in Mankweng, Limpopo. School kids from University of Limpopo come through to have nights out. It's one of the best places around. Today's a Friday, so I think it'll be packed later on throughout the weekend. If you're ever in South Africa, you're in Limpopo, Mankweng, you should come through to Xperia. Great place to hang out. It's actually where these guys play regularly. They're actually regulars, yeah? Sure. Okay, guys, tell me, what's in the most briefest way, what is Redwood? Like, what is Redwood? How would you describe it?
Friends who make music. That's how I would describe it.
It started like as an organization from like.
No, it's still.
It still is.
It's an
I'm asking.
It's more than just like a musical group. It's an organization. We're giving back to the community.
Okay.
Yeah. Our first show was a charity show. We still host charity shows, and we perform and ask people to donate, and we take it to the charities. We're trying to give back to the community from
empower the youth.
Yeah. Actually, like how. Our community gave us something, and then we giving it back. From since 20 years, 21 years, 20 years of democracy.
It's 20 years, you know.
I know, promise I'm 20 years now, and I was born free. Oh no, I wasn't born free. I was born a year before that, but I'm still born free.
But still, yeah, freedom still.
All right. Okay, all right.
When did you guys meet? When did you guys start? Are you guys childhood friends? Or you met up selling gigs, or tell me what happened? How did you guys get to be a band?
In 2012, yeah, 2012, met up with Griffin. I didn't know that it was a drama. I just knew that he loved music.
Okay.
And we were just talking about music, playing music, and we had this idea about starting a band.
Okay.
But it was just an idea at first. Okay. And then we basically. A year passed, 2013, nothing. And then we finally decided, oh, okay, right, let's start a band. And we should hook up a couple of instruments. At least if we have a bass guitarist and a lead guitarist, piano and a vocalist.
He actually met me through a friend.
Okay.
I don't remember which guy it was, but then I remember receiving a call from Spike. And he was like, hey, I heard about you, Barry with bass and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I do play bass. So he's like, I'm launching this EP of mine. We're launching it here.
Yeah.
I'm launching. It was February something.
22 of February.
Yeah, I remember. And then he was like, I should come over and we could do rehearsals and then do something musically. And then I came here. We did a couple of songs, and then I ended up joining the band because these guys were super tight. You know, there are a lot of musical intellectuality, which is hard to find, especially in a place like Polokwane. You know, not to this, but then hey, everyone knows musicians in Polokwane usually go to Pretoria because there are not many musicians in Polokwane.
Yeah, in Polokwane.
Your story?
Yes, oh yeah, I met everybody through him.
I know, dog. High five for that. I know. Yeah, I'm awesome.
Yeah, and I met him through my friend who was squatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, bass guitarist as well. Yeah, and I just played.
Okay.
Since I'm good, he saw that I'm good and he invited me.
After the guys had set up and they had a band, they had the frontman, they had the guitarist, they had the producer. All they needed to have was a vocalist. They needed a girl to put a more feminine side to things. And they couldn't think of anybody else except for Ria. Ria is a 19-year-old who's also doing and learning with these guys at the University of Limpopo. What she gave and brought to this group was a soul, a female side to it. The guys also acknowledged that she was also part of the songwriting process. So as an act now, 5 people became a group. They became Redwood.
My roommate's boyfriend heard me singing while I was packing my clothes in the closet. And he's like, Red, you sing? And I was like, no, I don't sing. I didn't want anybody to know. And then he forced me to sing for him, and then they brought Spike in. And then Spike heard me sing, and he was like, it's over, you're in the band, that's it. And then that's pretty much how it happened.
Yeah.
Okay, what sort of genre do you guys play? Like,
Genre.
yeah.
Yo,
I think we just play everything.
you play everything.
What's the influence in your sound?
A lot of Robert Glasper.
Okay.
Robert Glasper is a soulful pianist from the US.
Okay.
He's a bit more to what we do than we'd like to say as the band. For me as a bassist, I look up to people like Bagiti Kumalo, Reshipur, and people like that. We play Nomsama Zwai. Yeah. It's like soulful touch with hip hop and a bit of abstract music, the likes of Chill Scott, Ndambi.
Hip hop, neo soul, Afro jazz, house, yeah, blues, everything, basically everything. Yeah.
Okay, so that's like the sound, Jeff. But I've seen you in acting, and I hear a lot of like rap music. Yeah. So what's the take on that? What is it? Is it urban music? Is a fusion of everything? Isn't there even like an African like sound?
Element.
There is African elements.
It's when Spike talks about the fact that they're good at what they do, and they're so assured that when you're sitting with them, you feel this awe, this aura, self-belief, passion, love. It's mind-boggling to have such convictions and such great expectations from such young people. You feel it when you're sitting with them, from the moment you sit down with them to the moment you end with them, and you're talking about everything that they do. It's about music and the passion. It's heartening. It makes one proud. It makes you draw to them. But it's not just talk. It is when you hear this guy's music that you actually understand that they know what they're doing, they're good at what they're doing, and odds are they're gonna make it. The conviction and the love and the passion, it's beautiful.
I try to be original. I'm not trying to sound like anyone, so I'm trying to keep it real. That's why they say in the street, we keeping it real.
Redwood.
Yeah, it's abstract, beautiful music. Like, no one can do what we're doing.
I never.
I don't believe it. What we're doing,
We're from different places, so
Different
that also
places.
adds up to the elements of
He's
our
from the
music.
villages.
Where you guys from?
the suburbs.
Where you guys from?
Like villages, like,
Okay, fine.
These two are from the villages, rurals.
Yeah, he's actually talking the truth. I'm from the townships in Mpumalanga.
Okay,
Yeah.
where exactly?
And there's a place near Patlas, they call it Nhlazatshe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
It's not where you from.
And I'm joking, I'm from Luwahomu.
Okay.
It's also a township. We grew up poor, I'm trying to make money.
Whatever.
I'm from a place called Simanya. It's around Maboho.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's around Mabaho.
Yeah, Maboho. Yeah. From around Tap.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's nice. Proper nice.
Yeah, so it helps with people
Yeah.
coming from different
So-
places, they bring different elements.
Yeah. When you meet Redwood and you start talking to him, you can't help but feel that the band is made up of people from affluent families. You'd be forgiven to think that all these people are from well-off families that went and got exposed to the type of music they make, from R&B to soul to rap to jazz. you automatically think that they probably went to music school for after school, but not really. 4 out of the 5 members of Redwood, the guys, are from rural areas of Limpopo. They're from places like Leboahom, Mankweng, as well as a village in Mpumalanga. It's amazing to see that sort of confidence from the people of a rural setting, perhaps precisely what the new South Africa offers.
Yeah, in the beginning it was definitely for the love. In the beginning we were really not so worried about getting paid because we were just so excited. I mean, here we are, all these strangers brought together by one thing, and we just clicked. It was perfect. It was like amazing. And you know, having the chance to work together was more important than the money at first. And you know, it's not, the money isn't important. It's just, you know, when you're trying to become an artist in this country, it's tough, and sometimes you need to make a job out of it.
It's
Not so well.
really hard.
Can you say
It's been really hard.
it's been really hard?
Really hard.
And
Very.
very hard. But we get gigs. Yeah. We get gigs. People know about us now.
We turn some down.
Yeah, you know. But then I
somehow
think
we
something
can't.
that really cuts down the thing you're already making profits and stuff like that is the charity.
No, I mean, besides the charity,
Uh.
are you guys making enough to sustain yourself, to buy equipment?
No, not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. We
Individually
sort of like
maybe.
individually make contributions to the band
Okay.
out of our own
Oh,
pockets.
yeah, okay.
Making it big entertainment industry is no easy feat. It doesn't matter where you are, if you're in New York, if you're in Bollywood, or if you're in South Africa. It's still not easy to make it. It's when you bring up the element of money and how the guys are doing that you see a certain sadness to their faces. The fact that they actually use up their own money to finance themselves shows that things are not that well financially. It is a trend that has rocked the South African music industry. But at the same time, it should be noted that to create an elite, few have to be picked. And it is only through excellence and a niche market that Redwood can actually make it.
Alright. Nothing is coming out of it, like signing. How's that going? Like,
Signing.
They know me around Limpopo. I'm a rapper, I kill it. Cyphers, I kill it. Music, I kill it. Stages, I kill it. Alright. Got this deal, Sweet Rhythms Records, an agency under Kalawa.
Okay.
From Toxic Pictures. Today I'm working with a guy.
Okay.
Considering, I'm still thinking of signing.
Okay. So
But-
it means like you're making your own solo act there.
Yes, I do, but I'm also part of Redwood
Yeah, yeah.
because even through my solo acts, I perform with Redwood.
Okay. How about government? Has government helped you guys? If you guys looked for government funding to,
Yeah,
sustain yourself?
we've actually been approached a couple of times by government agencies, the Department of Arts and Culture.
Okay.
There was a guy who approached me and he told me about them empowering musicians in Limpopo, since it's not a very musical province. Hey. So, I'm sorry. So, we're still waiting for them to confirm, because we were talking about paperwork and stuff like that, about actually confirming us being funded by them. So we're still waiting on them.
Okay.
As part of rebuilding and reconstructing cultural heritage of South Africa, the government of South Africa, through the Department of Arts and Culture, has invested tremendous amounts of money into music, the arts, to uplift more especially the rural people of South Africa. This is slightly different from what was happening in the apartheid system, where music was just township amusement with no source of income or source of living. It's actually worthwhile to applaud the South African government for taking such initiatives.
It's not so much the government as it is the youth. I think right now we're working a lot harder. Now it's not just about creating demos and making mixtapes and releasing them on Facebook. Now it's real work. And because the spotlight is on this continent right now, internationally, it's even better. I mean, we saw with the MTV Bass Awards that were stopped for 4 years and then they came back this year. There was just so much collaboration between all these different artists, and that's a beautiful thing to see. And I think right now, this is like a great time for African musicians to just venture out and show them that this part of the world is talented.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so is music something that you guys taking like chance given?
Yeah.
I know you guys are doing your degrees. What would you pick?
I'll pick music
Any day.
any day,
As a
every
way
day.
of life.
Yeah, it's a way of life because school, I like it. I'm passing. Yo, I'm a genius. Sorry for bragging. I'm doing accounting science and I'm gonna compete in record time. I know. But music is number one. Even after I finish my degree, I'll do a degree in music.
Okay.
I'll take a degree in music. Music is number one. Redwood. Someone say Redwood.
Redwood!
It's Redwood, dog.
Okay. If you're asked to pick between music and school, like as law as a career, what would you take?
Music, because music is just something that I've always wanted to do. It's been a part of me forever, and I've tried to run away from it. Really, I have, but it follows me everywhere I go.
I'm also currently on online studying for music in a school called Copa. It's in Pretoria.
Okay.
I do psychology here on campus, but then music for me has always been a breath of life, a way of me subsiding above a lot of things, because it's life and all that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's drop essay after it's 20 years old after apartheid and stuff. What you think that in terms of policy, if you were in the apartheid era back then, you wouldn't have been able to do today as musicians? Or is it a better system? Is it better? Is it? I don't mean politics. I'm not talking about politics. Just ability to do certain things. You think it's there or it's not?
I'm not really sure, because I think there were musicians, people like Miriam Makeba, people who made.
They went to
things.
exile.
They went to exile,
Yeah.
but they still became famous. Today they are legends, and they were famous back then.
In terms of stories like that, honestly, I don't think we would have been where we are right now.
Yeah.
Because at that time, education was one of the most basic ways of getting out of the townships and making a life for yourself. You couldn't have luxury time to kitala katara and stuff like that, So we live in a better era right now, where you have freedom of choice and freedom of expression. So
Plus we met in campus.
on campus,
Yeah, and Spike wouldn't have been this hustler he is right now. Yeah, like seriously.
The band is convinced that it is a great idea about how democracy is brought about and more opportunity. South Africa's Chapter 2 in the Constitution that talks mostly about the freedom of expression, freedom of creativity, as well as freedom of association comes into mind. The very fact that people take for granted that they can say, be part of, or create whatever they feel is part of their art is a given, is not supposed to be like that. It is important to give credit to the fighters and liberators of South Africa who gave people like Redwood the opportunity to be a band, to try and make a living out of it and create their own content. Freedom of expression.
It's given me freedom to dream. Dreaming is so important, and I think back then it was definitely almost impossible for somebody to have dreams and to want to do something about having those dreams in the first place. I think now, I was just born at the perfect time.
I think I'm just saying, it's my own opinion. I think that in the 20 years, in terms of arts and music, although South Africa was originally, from way back then, was always rich in that, the new South Africa is taking it to a whole new level. People actually making a living, and you see them on TV, basically TV channels, Channel O, Trace, everybody's been, doing it big. So I think in that context, although they were X then, today, you've got a better chance of actually making it big.
it's broader.
We're going there. What Skyrim? We're gonna be in Skyrim soon.
No,
I remember
plus
that
I
one.
was
I
shooting a
remember
music
that one.
video
I
a
remember
month
that
ago.
Okay.
I was shooting a music
When is it
video.
coming out?
Probably before September. It's called Another Day. Another day in the hood, living in the hood. No. From the EP called Book of Times, Maxwell Spike. Griffin mastered 80% of the EP. Genius. True musician.
You haven't been talking that much about that. Like, how'd you learn to master music and produce? Is that something you went to school for, or you taught yourself and just put time out there to do that stuff?
I think I'm just an artist from birth.
Okay.
Because I'm a drawing artist too, and I'm a graphic designer. So art is just in my blood. I'm not bragging. Yeah, mind the pun. And yeah, I think it's just one of those stuff that just come, like, it's just common sense to me.
Okay.
It's just common sense to produce that. Okay.
Oh,
The song is supposed to be like this, it's not supposed to be like this. And Spike has been like the main influence in all of this. He's a great rapper. And in his career, I don't think he ever met like a producer who has seen the talent. So I was yet. Apart from me. Yeah.
We've been talking about hardships as a business. It also comes into my mind that when I first met you guys, there were ladies in that group. And relationships and fall always happen in life. And how does that affect the balance of the arts as well as relationships? You're friends, I think, first before you're a band. So it also means that anybody else who was there was also part of the relationship. So having that person taken out, how does it affect you as individuals as well as the arts as well?
Actually, it's a lesson learned to never mix business with pleasure.
Okay.
Though music is our life.
Yeah.
So either way, you're gonna mix it with your personal life.
Yeah.
So other people come or go, you just have to deal with it. It's music.
Yeah, and sometimes because we have a female vocalist who's very good, or we think we do because we're still sorting some things out. Yeah, and
We think we do.
yeah. Well, we would have gigs where she can't make it, and we would have to like change the whole act. Like,
And that's very hard at the last minute. Having to change and take out elements and try and make new ones, because he's a guitarist and he's the drummer. He has to play basically the chords in any given song
and
the melody. So without a vocalist, it becomes extra difficult.
I suppose it did seem a bit selfish, but it's just me, you know, just trying to regroup and remember why I was here. But it's not a breakup.
Alright, let's wrap this thing up here. Is there anything else you want to say about yourselves, about the band, about music as a business, about South Africa after 20 years, about your friendships?
I learned music from church. Yeah, like most musicians, I learned music from church. So I have to mention that. Yeah, I just feel like I have to mention that this guitar, like everything.
Jesus gave it.
Yeah. Class. Yeah, this is not beer, by the way. I don't drink. I don't
drink alcohol. I'm an artist. More than just a rapper. I don't like it when people say, "Oh, you a rapper, you a MC." I'm an artist. I'm a musician. It's more than just rapping what I'm doing. It's art. You know. Shout out to K Webster. Yo, art. Shout out to our chairman, Luki, for making this happen and motivating us and always telling us good things and positive things, building our confidence. Yes.
Yeah, that guy is too positive.
It's too positive, you know.
Very positive.
What I would say about the band is that I've learned a lot from these guys. Personally, I learned music from the streets. I never went to church for music. It just happened at some point in my life. And then being with these guys, they've added that churchy element into my own playing. And I play with Sana Miziki, Mark Brown, and I'm doing a track right now with a guy called Chase. He's in Pretoria, doing a house-ish thingy, soulful house with a bit of live bass. And so the elements that I've learned from these guys are really tapping into this current project that I'm working on. So I appreciate them in my music too.
I mean, here we are, all these strangers brought together by one thing, and we just clicked. It was perfect. It was like amazing. And you know, having the chance to work together.
You can't help but admire and envy the group's friendship. Throughout the whole discussion, they're forever laughing and making jokes. It's more important to them. It's as if music, in that sense, is a secondary issue. It's their friendship, their bonding, they're having a great time that matters the most to them. It's perhaps what the new South Africa has given every youth, the ability to be free, to express themselves, to be whatever they can be without any restrictions. And Redwood is a true reflection of that. You can't help but wish these guys luck. Why? Not only are they talented, but they love what they do, they love their country, and it is as if it is second nature for them to embrace music and the art of creativity the way they do.
Guys, thanks a lot, John. It's been amazing hanging out with you. Hopefully everything goes well in your careers, and next time you have a video, you're going to invite me and the crew to be part of that.
Obviously,
video.
no doubt.
Just waving and
No
stuff.
doubt.
Thanks a lot, Jack. It's been amazing. I've seen you guys do your music. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I appreciate it.
North Star.
Now, South Africa has always been rich in its music and art. If you take the likes of Yuma Sekela, Miriam Makeba, Brenda Fassie, acts from the past before 1994. Amazing acts, international. One distinct feature about them, they were mostly in exile, like they say. But this new South Africa sort of brings about homegrown talent, making it big. The music industry is so beautiful lately. It's amazing. And everybody's been doing it. We're in rural Limpopo right now, and we've got rural Limpopo kids who are trying to make a living out of music. Amazing stuff. It's one of the success stories of South Africa for us, being the ability to tap and make art and music a way of life, a career. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Dance through, man. You are dancing. My yellow boat.
Same cab with plain facts, get around. All my niggas holding down. All my niggas getting stolen. All my niggas blacking out, drinking, jacking in car. We back for the time now, we're not in the side. And you got to put the flags and keep holding it down. My head in the wall, breaking windows inside the trance of my ancestral core, fighting death with another glass, set in my hand. I lost hope, I get a plan to fight over my land. Afrocentric, I've always been a part of the clan. Dirty smoking, some changes, it's hard to forget. We do, man. TV, we are lying, man. It's not TV, it's the radio. Come on, hey, shout out to my young boy, shout out to my mom, shout out to my girlfriend. Shout out to my girlfriend. Shout out to K Webster. Shout out to Public Club. Shout out to all my people. We really How do we get out of TV? We trapped in the bar, trying to get out of TV. Take it. Yo! Perfect. Alright.
Okay, guys, let's go. Yeah.